Good morning, Canyon Bible Church of Prescott. It is Wednesday morning, March 18th. We met as elders last night to discuss our government's recent recommendations to all large gatherings. As of last Sunday, not one government institution encouraged us or recommended that we in Yavapai County would not meet as a group, so we went forward. That changed Sunday evening. Governor Ducey recommended that groups of 50 or more not meet for the next 8 weeks. President Trump earlier this week asked that groups of 10 or more not gather for the next 2 weeks. So we've been following our government leaders all along during this crisis and taking our cues from them, as they are the ones that God has placed in charge of public health right now. And so with their recommendations and them asking groups to do that, we're going to abide by what the government says. And we want to keep our witness and our testimony to love others. And so we're going to do that. And what that means for Canyon Bible Church of Prescott is that we will be canceling all church activities, including our Sunday service, for the next 8 weeks. Now, with that being said, things can change in a couple of weeks. So if the CDC and the government says that it would be okay to go ahead and meet once again, then that'll all change. So this will really be kind of an 8-week plan, but we'll reevaluate it from week to week. With that being said, I wanted to kind of make a couple of things clear to you just as we think about the life of our ministry, Canyon Bible Church of Prescott. Our plan is to do a live stream teaching on Sunday mornings. We're going to start at 10 a.m., the time that we all gather. This isn't online church or replacing church. We can't replace church. We can't replace the gathering of the saints. Paul would tell the churches that he longed to see them. A letter evidently wasn't enough. He wanted to be together, and we want to be together. So while our hearts long, we are going to try to give you a little bit of maybe some supplements. So the plan is at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings for you, as you're able, to gather with your families or by yourself or whoever you're with in your own homes or wherever you might be, and to kind of tune into this live stream on YouTube that we'll set up. And Pastor Jason will start at 10 a.m. with a brief children's message. I'll then come up and do any pertinent announcements that we need to understand as a church. And after that, I will continue teaching through the Gospel of Mark. We'll end there, and another plan is to send you maybe a list of songs and maybe a YouTube link to a playlist that we put together of some songs that you could sing as a family together or sing on your own. So that'll be the Sunday morning plan. Start at 10 a.m. Pastor Jason will do a kids lesson, a brief one, and then I'll come in and do some announcements and then teach through the Gospel of Mark as we continue on through that wonderful book of the Bible. In addition, we want to talk to you about your small group meetings, men's and women's ministry, youth group, college ministry, all of those, again, all formal events canceled for the time being. I would encourage you to reach out to people in the body, make an extra effort to use the technologies that God has given us during this time. You can meet via Zoom, you can meet via Skype, you can meet via FaceTime, you can text more people than you normally do, you can call more people than you normally do. So while you're physically and socially distancing yourself, we would ask maybe for you to technologically be in each other's presence all the more. Encourage people with texts. Talk about what you're reading. Maybe do a book study together and FaceTime it with one another. Be creative on how you stay connected to the body. The Lord has made us to need each other because He is in all of us and He ministers through one another. So let's do our best to stay connected even if we're not physically in the same room. Another thing I want you to think about is to continue to give at the same rate that you normally give. Some of you give monthly, some of you give weekly. The church and the ministries go on. We here in the office will be working maybe even harder than normal, just in different ways. We have missionaries, we have people that we support. So we're just asking you to continue, like I said on Sunday, to be faithful, to be the generous givers that you already are. There are ways that you can do that. You can do that online. You can go to our website to find out instructions there. We'll send an email to you with a link to give online if that's not your normal thing. You could also mail in checks to the church office. You'll notice in the mail soon you'll get an envelope with a number of weekly envelopes in it. So if you choose to simply take those, we'll already have the church's address on it. You can just drop your check and a stamp in there, and that would be helpful as well. Finally, many of you, not surprisingly, have asked how you can help. Just the other day, I was getting diapers for my son at the church, at the store at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I looked over and saw a member of our church holding toilet paper and paper towels, and I had the immediate thought, those aren't for him. He was in a long line, woke up early to get in that line, and come to find out he was buying them for a lady in our church, lady in our body. That is Canyon Bible Church of Prescott. That's what you do. And so if you do want to help in any ways that might come up, I would encourage you to contact Chuck Schaefer, the capable head of our needs ministry. He's at crmsfamily@yahoo.com. crmsfamily@yahoo.com. Again, that information will be in the email that we send you shortly. Also, if you have needs, if there are things that you need help with during this time, contact Chuck Schaefer. He's kind of the central hub to have volunteers, kind of arrange and organize volunteers, but also be there to help meet needs. So those are the announcements for now. That's the announcement for now. This is not something that we enjoy thinking about being a part on Sunday for the near future, but we pray that this will end soon. We pray that suffering will end soon. We will pray for unity in the church to continue. We'll pray for souls to be saved, and we will pray that in some strange way in God's providence, you and I would all grow spiritually during this time. And ultimately, we're also praying that when we get back together, it would be a sweet reunion, and we would be grateful all the more for the Sunday gathering that we normally enjoy. Canyon Bible Church of Prescott, we love you. We are excited to see what the Lord will do even in this difficult time, but we trust Him and His providence, and until we meet Sunday morning, we'll see you later.